How's it going, everyone? We are here now in Kailua, second edition of Hashtag Hawaii. We're still working out the technical kinks, but I think we got it.
I think we might be live. Are we live? We're right in the heart of Kailua town. You know, I never make it over to the side enough. When I come out here, it's like being...
It's in another world.
Yeah,
you come
it
through
really
the pulley
is.
And you are on another world. Yeah, and there we go.
There we are.
So
okay,
we are
awesome.
kicking. We are cooking here.
Okay, so we need to be able to see, because we want to be able to see your comments and questions and feedback as we go. Basically, the premise of this show is for us to have a conversation with you, talk about what's hot in Hawaii, take you to cool new places, because we have this awesome camera called the Mevo, and basically we can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So we start every show with our hashtags. Oh, let's see. We got 12 people watching. We like that. And I want to start with my hashtag this week, and that is, oh, I hear Kaya laughing. Kaya's right here. Do you see this little foot? This little foot is our co-host right here.
She's our producer. Our producer's off in the corner. She's telling us, wrap it up.
Keep it going, guys. So my hashtag this week is less is more, and we'll get into that more in the topics, but I'm finding basically in all aspects of my life, the more you can pare down and simplify, the better it is. That comes with eating, with the amount of stuff I have, with the amount of driving I do, everything. Except for time with baby, then more is more. Of course, our producer's gonna act up. Let's see. These are
like Yunji said, less is more. I am in the midst of trying to do that as well. I'm actually moving, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how to get rid of all of my junk. So I definitely, that resonates with me. Mine is hashtag stay hot bra. I don't know about you guys, but it has been pretty hot lately, and I know we're in the midst of summer, but to me it just feels like it's extra hot this year. I mean,
it's awful.
It's really
terrible.
It's hot right now,
and that's why we're at B&T. So B&T is a very cool place. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary.
Yep.
So to cool off, I'm having the mango lychee lemonade. What are you having?
This is a blended lemonade with actual chia seeds that are inside, and of course the baos, and that's one of the things that people come here for. They're fresh baos that are made every single day.
That's right here.
And
bao. We're gonna eat that in a little bit.
I'm sorry, boba.
Yeah,
the boba is in
no
there.
Bao
There's
in
a lot of
there.
B's. B&T, baos, boba.
Wow,
And
this is so
oh my
good.
god, so good. It's like the perfect, super refreshing. And these light bulbs are so like Instagram worthy.
Yeah, this is such a cool bottle. What's cool also, of course, is that they use honey and fresh produce and all their stuff. We got some acai going on here, so maybe we'll dive into that in a little bit.
Those are always
B&T
good.
also is owned by a former Wahine volleyball player.
That's right.
Let's talk about her a little bit.
Yeah, so Nohea Tano is the person who manages B&T, and she actually started this franchise when she saw it in the mainland and just wanted some place for her kids to be able to come. She loves boba drinks, so moved back to Hawaii and she started this. And of course, a lot of people recognize her and remember her from being in the Wahine volleyball team. So we'll be talking to her a little bit later as well. So looking forward to that.
Awesome there. What's up? I think it's Aaron.
Yeah.
Hello there, Aaron. What's up?
Thanks for
what's your
watching.
hashtag this week? Let us know.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that we also like to do here is we like to talk about some of the hot topics that are happening locally as well as abroad. So what are the things that are kind of on your mind right now?
Well, last week I hosted a show I host Insights every other week on PBS Hawaii, and the topic was medical marijuana. And there's a lot of questions about when are the dispensaries actually going to open. Wow, we have a really vocal little producer over here. I don't know if you guys can hear Kaya. But so the dispensaries are all licensed. Basically, the holdup is that the products all need to be tested. Seed to sale. So once it's on a shelf, it needs to go through a lab. Yes, I know. So it needs to be tested at a lab. So that's basically the holdup. It could be as early as the end of the summer, but not necessarily likely. We might have to bring this little one out. I'll let you riff on a hot topic.
Yeah, no. So that, I mean, that's something that is definitely one of the topics that I think a lot of people are discussing as we move into this state of medical marijuana and these dispensaries opening up. And just trying to find a way to sort of manage that. I know they're also kind of behind schedule as well in the terms of the production. As we bring our producer onto the camera, she already likes being in front of the camera.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's you. Okay,
so one of my hot topic is the Kaneohe, excuse me, not Kaneohe, but the sandbar, not the sandbar, I am just all over the place.
It is the sandbar.
Well, it's the sandbar in Waikiki. It's the flotilla that is the issue.
Okay, yes.
After the 4th of July incident where a number of 30 people actually had to receive some sort of medical treatment for being intoxicated in the water, strong currents out there. They saw 9,000 people out there in the waters off of Waikiki, and it created some dangerous situations. So now the city, state are trying to come together and try to think of a way to see if there is a resolution to sort of banning any sort of drinking out in the water on long weekends, similar to what they do out in Kaneohe.
You know, and honestly, it just makes sense. If you really think about it, do you need to be drinking with 9,000 of your friends all at the same time? That's just a recipe for disaster. I mean, everybody likes to have a cold one on a hot day, head out, enjoy the water. That's cool. But when you have that many people, and it's not just having 1 or 2 drinks. I mean, this is excessive binge drinking.
Right.
This is like the old lady in me coming out, like, come on, kids, yeah.
And I think it's difficult too when you're out there in the water. It's difficult for the rescue team because they are pouring a lot of resources into Waikiki to make sure that all those people are safe. So we'll see how that is regulated. We saw and we've heard from several representatives as well as some city council members who have been very vocal about this in their opposition to it. So I think that something will happen. It's just a matter of the form and what that will look like and how they're going to be able to enforce that.
Yeah.
Because with 9,000 people, there's going to be very difficult to see how they can really enforce that kind of law.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? I mean, should they have any regulations on that? The other thing about that whole flotilla is that it's a totally unpermitted party.
Right.
You know, it's just something that sort of happens organically online, word gets out, and you know, and also so much rubbish, you know. Last year that was the bigger issue. This year, of course, the drinking and the hospitalizations was the big headline, but the year before it was really all the rubbish that got left behind.
Right.
So we just sound like old people, like, don't do that, don't drink.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as we continue to see more
lots
comments
of people
coming
saying
in.
hi. Hi, Andrew Jackson. That's awesome.
Hey, how's it going,
Former
Andrew?
GM over at KITV Island News, where both of us used to work.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you. Now he's downtown making things happen in the ad world. Yeah, we like that. Hi, Barney. Aloha. Hey, Curtis. The lemonades do look good, and they are very tasty. Jill Kuromoto also saying hello. What's up, Jill? We miss you. And Barney Ho thinks the baby is cute. She is very cute. She's a handful, but we love having her on set today.
Yeah, on set. Our set here in Kailua.
So we wanted to do a little update, too. Last week we talked about, and this goes back to the whole less is more theme, IF, intermittent fasting. It's something that I've been doing for a couple weeks now. I'm really enjoying it, and you've decided to start it as well.
I've jumped on the bandwagon.
So tell us about how your IF lifestyle is going.
Maybe about 4 days in, and the hardest thing for me is at night because I love eating at night. I'm a late snacker, so it's really been about discipline and cutting myself off after 8 o'clock, not being able to eat anything.
So your window is noon to 8?
Yes, so it's around that time, and so I try to, I do drink a lot of water because I feel like that's the only thing, and even sparkling water, I think that kind of helps. It's maybe more of a mental thing where it's bubbles, so it makes me feel a little more full. But it's been okay. It's been manageable. It hasn't been as difficult as maybe I thought. I get hungry in the morning, but I quickly get over that. I drink tea, so that helps. So.
And what about coffee? Are you a coffee guy?
I'm not a coffee drinker at all.
Wow,
so,
just natural enthusiasm, no caffeine. I'm shocked, actually.
Yeah, with all those morning shifts, I never really did coffee. So.
Wow, and then what about
that? I haven't gotten on that. So
Ryan came over, we were working on another project, and he came over to my house, and I was drinking some bone broth, and he kind of was like, oh, what's that? But
I had never heard of that before.
It's basically like drinking but I'm enjoying. It's supposed to have collagen and all kinds of vitamins and minerals. It's supposed to be good for your skin, good for your health. And some people say you can drink it during your fasting window. So that really gives you a lot of satiety. I think that's the word. Okay. Let's not lose that one screen. Okay. This is live, and it just is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is.
So tell us what your hashtag is for this week. We'd love to hear from you. And let us know if you're doing intermittent fasting, if that's part of your lifestyle. The other thing we talked about last week is Checky.
Check your phone. So I downloaded it, and this monitors how often and how frequently you check your cell phone. So it's an app that you can check in on to see how many times you've been viewing and looking at your phone. So my average, I think, is about 150 214.
What?
But there was one day where I got up to 225.
Oh my
So I don't know if there's a
gosh.
flaw in the app, because I really don't think I looked at my phone 225 times in one day. But maybe I did. I'm
That's
not
like
really
10
sure.
times an hour not sleeping. Like,
Yeah, I
don't know. Wow.
I don't know.
That is pretty crazy. So the first day I did it, I checked 75 times. Then the average was 50 for a while. Oh, she's interested in this
She
mic.
wants the mic, yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm about 25. So
Okay.
my goal is to get it down to 10 times, which still sounds like a lot.
Wow.
But yeah, when he was at my house, he checked it 20 times in 1 hour. Not even a whole
Listen.
hour.
It's checking emails. It was mainly for work. It's not like I'm on Instagram 20 times an hour. So
How often do you think you check your phone? Oh, I know. It's too much. And we, well, you had an interesting thing that you wanted to talk about, in that you are a
Yeah.
sports journalist.
I am, to
And
some degree.
there's some big changes in the media landscape in
Yeah,
Hawaii
so
when it comes to sports.
one of the things that is kind of one of the big topics. Sorry that I'm not really looking at the camera. I'm just trying to make sure that we can see all of your comments here. Is that I don't know how many of you
Oh,
were.
hello, Kelly Nakasone. What's up?
Yeah. I'm not sure that how many of you have heard about the change in the way Hawaii News Now is doing their sports reporting. So they have actually cut out the actual updates of their sports. So you don't necessarily have a 3-minute sports block at the end of the broadcast like we've been used to seeing. And they've actually integrated into the news. So they have profile pieces that they now run during the show. And it's more featured stories. And there will be some updates for maybe football games and things like that. But there's not necessarily those highlights that we're used to seeing on news these days. And we've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews to this about how some people believe that it is something that people in Hawaii enjoy watching sports. But the point for Hawaii News Now is they say that by the time sports comes on, you already know the scores, you already know who won. So it's not necessarily as necessary as the digital age continues to evolve, that less and less people are relying on sports at the end of a broadcast. So that is their counter to it, but we want to know maybe what you think. Do you think that sports is an important part of the broadcast and that it should be kept the way it is, or are you open to kind of seeing the way that Hawaii News Now is transitioning into in this more digital-based sports reporting?
Now, this doesn't mean that they're cutting out sports entirely. They're
Yeah.
just doing sports when they feel there's a story that
Right.
sort of warrants coverage.
Exactly.
But I don't know, and it depends. I'm not like a huge sports fan, so I kind of enjoy sports in the broadcast
Right.
because that way I get to see the highlights that people who curate this kind of stuff thinks are important. But on the flip side, it is a pretty sizable percentage of the broadcast,
Right.
and maybe that is better used in other areas. I don't know though. I mean, you're a sports journalist. For those of you who don't know, Ryan is what would you say, the face and the voice.
Oh, gosh, I don't know if that. I don't know if it's the. I'm one of.
Head
the
of
pieces.
Wahine Volleyball, and has been for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really near and dear to your heart. So how do you feel about that going away?
I think that we've just become so accustomed to seeing it at the end of the broadcast that I just don't know how people are going to react. And I have to say that I know that they're probably in the midst of this transition right now, but their whole push is to get everything more digital, but they've had one sports story on their website in the past week. So it doesn't really counter that. I think it kind of, maybe they're still trying to figure things out and they're going to get that going to beefing it up a little, but it'd be interesting to see how people react to this, and ultimately allows them more time for news in their broadcast. So maybe that's something that more people want to see, is more news stories as opposed to some of those sports scores. So we'll see how everything plays out, I guess, in the next.
I mean, the counter to that, the only thing that I would say is, I know there's this idea like, oh, well, the scores are out there, but I mean, frankly, the news is out there too, right?
Right, exactly.
So, and we're still watching that, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And I get it. I mean, they only have a half an hour, right? So, devoting 3 to 4 minutes of that broadcast, it's only 22 minutes when you take out commercials. So, that is a lot of real estate given to just one topic that maybe not everybody in the audience enjoys.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Or let us know what you think. If you think that sports is something that should stay in broadcasts, or are you open to this change that Hawaii News Now is sort of pioneering, if you will, in taking it out and putting it into their broadcast. We want to know what you guys think. So let us know.
Joe says yes, and there's ESPN.
That's true too.
That is true, but ESPN isn't covering the local stuff. So what
Right.
about
high school sports?
high school, exactly, or the little league team that happens to make it,
Yeah.
do some cool stuff on the mainland, and maybe if that happens, they cover it as a story.
Right, but I think in general, it's just an illustration of the change in just news in general, right?
Right.
A lot of things happening more digitally, and it's just one of the manifestations of the way that things have sort of played out with the involvement of digital media. So we'll see.
I'm wrestling this little monkey right here.
She's all about that mic.
Yeah, she is.
all about that
I
mic.
know. Say hi, Kaya.
Can she do
Kaya is, oh no,
No?
not yet. Kaya is 11 months, and she's the light of our lives, and she takes up all of our time, and this is what a working mom looks like right here.
Yeah.
And
Hi.
and she loves her Uncle Ryan.
Hi. She likes waving at me.
Yeah,
She likes waving
they're
at me.
pals. So let's go through some of these comments real quick. Oh, hi, Erica Angel. How do we do this?
So we
we're
just
we're
scroll it
still
up.
figuring this out.
Yeah. So
Okay.
just people saying hi. Yeah. So
Oh, okay. I see.
yeah.
Okay, tell us your hashtags this week. Like we said, we want to know because it is, of course, hashtag Hawaii Mine this week. Less is more. Ryan's is.
Stay hot, brah. It's hot. Yeah.
How are you battling the heat?
Yeah, I run my AC 24/7. So I live in a condominium, and so it's pretty much I just stay indoors as much as possible. Was able to go out a little bit this weekend and did a lot of things outside. That's why I feel like I'm really sunburnt, but could be the reason why I'm also hot all the time. So yeah.
So we are, as we said, we're on the road this week. Right now we're in Kailua. We're going to go inside in just a sec.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten. This is my breaking of fast. So I did a long one today. This is 20 hours. So I last ate yesterday 4 o'clock, and then I broke the fast with the lemonade. You're not really supposed to break with carbs, right? You're supposed to go high protein, high fat. So hopefully these
Kailua pig open bowels.
Yeah, definitely got some fat in there. This looks delicious.
So good. It's so good.
I'll save you from having to watch me eat on camera. We're going to go inside now.
Yeah.
Because we want to show you this place. And if you've got a local business that you want us to talk about, or that you think that we should visit, or if there's someplace cool you want to go to next week, we're not going to say why we're going there, but tell us where we're going next week.
We are actually going to go to Surfco. We're going to be reporting live from Surfco Pacific. And they have a groundbreaking ceremony that's going to be happening, and also a new product that they're going to be revealing.
Yeah, it's really cool. So
we're
we're
gonna actually
excited,
get to-
and we're not going to bring Kaya for that. We're
Our producer's going to stay at home. She's
Yeah.
going to manage the board back in the
it's
studio.
going to be adults only.
She's going to be managing the cameras.
But we really do support local businesses, and we want to showcase stuff that you might want to see. And we're not necessarily only going to do businesses. This is this show and the next show, but we're also going to take you on cool hikes. And maybe go to cool beaches or just like different places. So if there's a place that you want to see, maybe you are from Hawaii and you live somewhere else, or maybe you're stuck at a desk right now and you wish that we would take you out to Lanikai, whatever, tell us where you want us to take the show, because we have this tiny camera, we can really go anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
But
as
right
long as
now-
there's connection.
Yeah, as long as we have Wi-Fi. Right now, we want to take you inside because we're going to spend a little bit of time with Nohea.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be mom/cameraman.
Yeah, so we're going to actually, so just bear with
Yeah,
us.
bear
We're
with us.
gonna-
These are some
things gonna
technical
get-
difficulties.
Things are going to get a little bit crazy.
So I'm going to, oh, hi,
So
Josh.
you're
I'm
going to stay with me here.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
am I
focus it
going
on
to
me.
lose my mic?
Yes, you
I'm
are.
going to give you this mic.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually go inside B&T, and we're going to have Yunji kind of handle off here.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this as we are wired up and ready to go. So again, this is what they call Merchants Row here in Kailua, and there's a number of really cool shops you can see right down there. So if you're ever in Kailua, this is a perfect place to go. So we're going to go inside now, and you can see this is inside B&T, and we're going to actually have Nohea. But one of the cool things is, look at this "Welcome to Kailua" sign. It's always, like we said, it's an Instagram-worthy kind of shop. Like, this is a perfect background. So we're going to actually have Nohea come out. Nohea. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Don't mind the microphone here. So talk to us a little bit about, you celebrated 1 year here in Kailua.
Yes.
What has this first year been like for you?
It has been actually great. The community has been very receptive. We have a lot of loyal customers. We get a good mix of tourists. Love the location, and so it's been good.
Yeah, some people are going to want to order, so let's kind of move on over here. What are some of your more popular items? We showcase some of the things outside, but what would you say?
So we're kind of known for our queen bee, which is just a simple, like either the jasmine green tea or the black tea, and that just has honey in it. So that's one of our more popular, but since it's so hot right now, we're selling a lot of our lemonades and then blended lemonades too.
Which is what you were having.
Yeah, which is what I had outside. With chia
really
inside.
Popular, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love is the acai bowls.
Yes.
That's one of the
our
things that's more popular to you.
We have them in pretty good sizes. We have the small one, and then our largest 33 ounces. So it's one of the bigger acai bowls, I would say, around here.
So I came in on Saturday for the 1 year anniversary. The line was out the door. You had so many people. Overall, how would you describe this first year? Was it worth it? Has it been everything you thought it was going to be? What were some of the challenges?
It's definitely been worth it. I wanted to create like a family-friendly environment. That was kind of my goal. I have kids. I wanted them to have a safe place to come and hang out, and most of the kids and the people come are families. So just seeing them like listening to music, playing games, it was all worth it for me. So,
And I love the games. The games are a big part. Show us what you got.
Get a little messy sometimes.
Connect Four. Oh man, this is all classics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you really want people to spend time.
Yes, exactly. I want them to come in and actually hang out, get off of their phones for maybe a few minutes. We do have free Wi-Fi, so you can be on your phone and play a game at the same time. But yeah, I just wanted to create that family-friendly environment.
Who did this mural? It's so awesome.
I kind of just told them what I wanted to represent Hawaii and Kailua, and the franchise actually helped create it.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, it's so
all the
awesome.
highlights of being out here, and you're from here, so that's really important too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Nohea. Thanks for. We're actually gonna head back outside and take a look back at some of the items that we had. But again, B&T out here in Kailua. We have a lot of trust. We just left our equipment up there, our laptop, just right there in the open.
I was watching it. I was.
That's how much trust we have with people here in Hawaii and in Kailua. So we're gonna take this back over here and get assembled before as we say goodbye. But again, we want to highlight some of the items that you can get here at B&T. I'm gonna give this back to you.
Oh, thank you.
This is the acai bowl that I love. This is actually the keiki, so it's a keiki size. It's a smaller size. The large size is almost 3 times the size. So it's one of the larger acai bowls that they have out there. So again, this is the blended lemonade, and that is the actual lemonade in the light bulb drink.
Yeah, this is really good, and it has those. I don't know what is that called? Is it boba, but just like it's like something chewy, and I don't know. It's like jellies. I think that's what that's called.
Jellies, yes. But anyway, so good. Again, we want to hear from you. Let us know where you guys want us to be, what your hashtags are. We're going to be here every Wednesday at noon. And next week, like we said, we're going to be on the road again at Surfco Pacific with a groundbreaking ceremony that they're going to have there, right?
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. We're going to be showcasing some new technology. We don't want to tell you too much, but it's going to be some pretty cool stuff. Our producer won't be with us, so Kaya, say bye-bye. No, nothing on command with this one. Thank you so much for watching. The show is evolving. We want to hear what you want to see. And until next time, we'll see you next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Okay,
See ya.
aloha.